Final Pogba will leave it for Rashford. He strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Look, they went for Martial. Lovely touch by Fernandez. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
And welcome to the land of all United, where we only score in the 90th plus minutes, right? Right? To salvage results, Guys, good night.
Good night.
We have Chef inside, we have Mr. Champions League, Eric Bailly himself, right? And we have Raymond inside, right? So guys, away from home, 1 point definitely is sometime in the Champions League is a win. I think we definitely had to take this one almost as a win. And what we could say is that Ronaldo have saved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer again and again and again. Again and again. And we just talk about Champions League. We talking about Villarreal. We talking about Atalanta home and Atalanta away.
Yep.
Right? Mr. Champions League himself has saved us. So guys, let me get into it. Chef, give me some of your thoughts.
So when I saw the starting lineup today, I smiled. I said, "Thank you, Jesus." Eric Bailly getting a run out, and there is no Mark Fred. So we start good there. It was more than time for Eric to get a chance. I honestly thought it was forced on Ole due to our injuries, but say what? He came on, and I doubt any Manchester fan could say he didn't justify his place in the squad today, and furthermore justify why he should be in the squad for more games. So yeah, that was me today to start with.
Yeah, Mr. Champions League himself.
No, I kind of echo the same sentiments as Chef, right? Because all during the week, most people were saying, then the Loft didn't travel. So then Luke Shaw would be in the centre back pairing, and then Alex Tellers would be on the left. And I was like, you guys forgot that Eric Bailly is still there. And I told guys, it doesn't make sense playing Luke Shaw in that centre back position. I was so elated when Eric Bailly got played today. I smiled. And after today's match, I'm smiling even more. That's one of the positives of today's match. Eric Bailly, our best defender at Manchester United, right? Well, gonna Solskjaer, I don't care what you have to do. Put Eric Bailly in bubble wrap, put him in a pokeball, and keep him there until the Manchester Derby. I don't care. Eric Bailly knows how to defend. I love that guy. Love that guy, man.
He too mad. He mad, boy.
Yeah, really?
Crazy. Yeah, I telling you, Oli becoming very, very predictable, at least from my point of view. It's like you could predict what he going to do, because the man too predictable, Nico. Fellas, the man too predictable. Because after we saw the team, the team sheets against Spurs, and we saw how the team performed, we know he was going back with our formation again, right?
Yep.
And considering, some of the parts that were in the lineup. For example, Cavani. Cavani can't play 3 games in the space of 2 days between games. So I know he was going to rest Cavani. And we know he loved off Rashford, so we know he was going to play Rashford. We know he can't drop Ronaldo, so we know Ronaldo was going to start. Then when you didn't see Lindelof travel, it was either bringing Bailly in or Luke Shaw, right? And against, when you considered Zapata, you needed the physicality of Bailly. You needed the kind of crazy things Bailly does do. You needed him in that game to deal with Zapata.
A proper defender.
And did that. Bailly did that. You understand? Bailly handled Zapata, right? So, and then too, when you consider the fact that, hey, you need to get Paul Pogba minutes because Paul Pogba not playing in the league, everything was just so predictable. to be honest with you, when I saw the team lineup, I didn't have an issue with it, considering what we wanted to achieve. But getting into how everything played out, that's our next discussion.
Yeah, and before I get into the comments, I just want to throw in my 2 cents in it. I think definitely I wanted to see us go back to the 3-5-2 to see if the weekend was a fluke, that performance, or if it was that Spurs was so poor that made us look so good. So I was kind of, all right, let we build a base from what we saw on the weekend, and let me see if we could put that forward today. Again, Lindelof out by coming in. I wasn't worried. I said, well, all right, Bailly get a chance. Let me see what he would do. And I think he really come through big time. Right? So let me get into the comments. Devindra, hey, good night, man. Right?
night,
David.
good night.
Yeah, David, yeah, on the inside. Right? Davian saying, I just passed to say, Ole out still. Do that all, Jody, hey, nice to have you. Die hard support on the inside. Right? Davian, yeah, man. Hey, Rachel, good night. Thanks for the comments, guys. And ladies, of course. Jody, you don't know what is the timing when Big Phil FC put on that darkers. Maybe looking for a Matrix moment. I don't know. Right? Or not the Matrix moment alone, but the Men in Black moment.
The Men in Black.
Yeah. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
English. We agree with you.
Yeah, English music. First time definitely singing.
Of course. Put Eric Bailly in that Pokeball right now.
Yeah. Well, like, all United fans will come together and have a vigil to pray for Eric to stay fit for the season. It's not only that, but it's only we had to worry about, but it's only.
Nico, when I see Eric Bailly went down, I say, oh God, Bailly, don't do with that now,
Listen to me.
Don't do with that now, boy.
You all saw he was limping, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I just hoping tomorrow we don't hear he injured.
Boy, she's
that would hurt my heart, boy.
Yeah, maybe we can get into this later on too, in terms of some of the performances today. Harry 1, right? Pogba 4, Rashford 5, Bruno 6. Maybe we can get into that. Davian saying didn't predict Big getting a Kobo at the end. Didn't see that coming. Maybe we could touch on that. Right? We Ramla, it was the right approach, but Atalanta outworked us. They played with the high intensity. I think that gas ran out kind of late again. I had Tellez in my prediction. I didn't have Tellez there at all, but to be honest.
No way.
Hey, Dian, good night. Right? Good night, all.
Dian, good night.
I have 3 points to make. 1, Viva Ronaldo. Right? Eric showed up. If Van de Beek had scored or assist Sancho, that is all as you were, So as I was the guys continue with the comments, continue to share, right? What we want to really get into is how we started that game, guys. I want to get some comments in terms of how we started that game. Were it similar to what we were expecting? Were we surprised by how we had our start? Is it that Atalanta outplayed us from the beginning, for the first 20 minutes? How you guys analyze that, especially that first 20-25 minutes of the game? Rim?
Yeah, normally, games change hands. When you look at games, it has changed hands throughout the 90 minutes, 95, however long the game, lasts for. But I was expecting Man United to come out of the blocks quick because Oli not out of the hot water, right, in terms of, what's surrounding his tenure at the club. And you get the feeling after Saturday that the team playing for him. So I knew that the team would have come out of the blocks quick, right? And I was expecting them to be energetic. We saw that, I was pleased. But as I would always say, I'm never a fan of our ability to retain the ball, and make the football look interesting and intricate from a footballing standpoint, an intelligent place as far as Man United is concerned. And with the burst of energy at the start, all you have to do as an opposition against Man United is just weather the storm. Once you're a proper footballing team, you will just move the ball around nicely and we will go back into our shell or our place of familiarity where, we sit back and try to absorb pressure and play on the counter. And when you look at how the team was set up, Rashford to do the dirty work, for Ronaldo to do all the running, you have Bruno with industry as well. It's just one way we could play now, and that's why I saw today, as I was pleased to see the initial, intensity and press. But after that, Atalanta was the better team.
All right. Chef?
I was pleased with how we started. I have a huge problem with how long we take to settle into games. So today, it wasn't like that. We actually settled into the game pretty fast. We were unlucky when Scott deflection came off the post. So we started pretty well. My thing is, and again, we talk about what goes on in coaching, in training. We don't press as a team. We press as individuals, and that is never going to work. That's one. Two, for some reason, we pass the ball so slow. And the thing is, we don't have to. As shown clearly by that first goal we scored. Listen, the goal came so quick, I nearly missed it. Because we literally just put on the afterburners, bam, 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 goal. So I don't understand why our intensity seems to be so wavering. It's like we don't have a set plan of, okay, here's what. We're going out, press, and counter and do is like we as Reem said, we're so predictable at times with our whole play. The next thing too, it was quite obvious Atalanta game plan was to press us. Listen, whatever, pushback, purge, whatever Harry Maguire needs to take, please go and take it, because I can't take a next game of Harry Maguire.
Yeah, boy.
That man is playing too much nonsense.
Say that loud, chef. Repeat yourself, because I don't want to be the only person on this stream yard saying that. Chef, repeat yourself, because I'm done with him.
Listen to me, 80 million worth of nonsense. This man is. I listen. Harry Maguire is continually, and you know what makes it bad, dude? You see, club captain. You can't be playing so. As far as I'm concerned, we have Ronaldo for the next 2 years, tentative. Give Ronaldo the captaincy, please.
Because he's not like you're drop him. Because he's not like you're gonna drop him anyway.
You ain't gonna drop him, but here's what.
You know Nico and Reem laughing. Guys, Harry Maguire is garbage. Harry Maguire cannot defend.
Garbage.
How on God's green earth do you play on Zapata and you are supposed to be our community?
No, but here's my thing. Right?
Nah, Reem, Harry Maguire is absolute garbage, Reem.
Nah, he's garbage.
No.
Garbage, man.
But my thing, fellas, right? Harry Maguire has been decent coming last season, the end of last season, and he had a good Euros. Right?
But that's the England, Reem.
Yeah. No, but even for Man United, the back end of last season, he was decent. No, my thing is this. I not disagree that he's been rubbish. But
not world class, eh?
Yeah, he's been decent, right?
Okay.
But my issue
Agreed.
is the fact that other players who have been poor and have been consistently poor will drop.
Yeah, will get dropped.
And I am saying that Maguire needs a drop.
I know.
Maguire needs to sit and watch some football.
He needs a drop to the airport. He needs a drop. I know.
I won't go too far. I won't go as far as to say, sell him, wherever. He's shown he can be good for us, but
you know what?
We had acknowledged the fella going through a bad patch and game
the stage I reach with Harry Maguire right now is I rather see Phil Jones in that spot. I am dead serious. I am dead serious.
You want to see how good you want to see how good a defender was today. Watch Eric Bite and how he bullied Zapata. Watch how Eric Bite bullied Zapata. You think Lindelof or Maguire can do that? Hell no. Hell no.
When you could have see the memo came out because at the start of that game, I don't know if people was observing this. Zapata was everywhere. Bailly was on the pitch. He was moving to there and calling for the ball to go at him.
Yeah.
And the memo came out to Eric, man, mark him.
Yeah.
He had no Zapata score a goal, but Zapata wasn't saying nothing this game, you know.
Nothing. Chef, the only reason Zapata scored because idiot Maguire played the guy onside.
Listen, if you all watch it, we were talking about it. The whole line of defense stepped up. Dude, you is the leader. You is the center of that defense. And you play the man on.
You
an idiot. You
so,
have to be an idiot.
Right? Yeah. So again, Maguire again has consistently been poor, and we hearing David saying that here. Jody saying 4th game in a row. I think it's even more, right? That is
more than
It's
more than that time for our bench. You know, again, David said he shouldn't even be in the starting 11, right? So I think overall across the panel, with the form Maguire has been in, it has been not good enough to be starting for Man United.
Correct.
And is if Oli has the cojones, right? As Phil would say, which he doesn't. We know he doesn't.
He could only drop certain players. He only had the
to
cojones
make
drop
that
certain
decision.
players.
Exactly. Right?
And just 1 second, just a touch while we talking about this defense. When we went for Varane, I like Varane. But my concern with Varane is his injury, his injury history. That dude is always injured. As good as he is, which we were seeing today, but he is like if we buy our next Phil Jones.
But he really had a bad. He really had a poor injury record in Madrid. I can't remember.
In his latter years.
In the latter years,
For the last couple of years, he was injured.
Leave Jordy's comment on the screen. I can show you how poor Harry Maguire was, right? Had Harry Maguire clipped Zapata, Harry Maguire would have gotten a red card, you know?
Yeah.
Because Zapata was through on goal, so it was just him versus David De Gea. You know Harry Maguire is still diving in to put in a tackle from behind? But that's how stupid the guy is, guy. You guys don't understand how poor Harry Maguire is. You don't understand how poor the guy is not a defender. The guy's a fridge. The guy should be in my kitchen.
Right? So Dwayne said,
you guys don't know.
Yeah. Dwayne said, good night. Maguire coming into our club was never a yes for me. It was a okay. I guess he might be better and smaller than Jones. Well, boy, I was fully wrong. You know? Right? Only way Maguire benching is if Oli goes. But you never know if Oli goes or when Oli goes, right? He might step up his game for the next coach coming. He wouldn't stand for the BS. Correct. So it might be a different Maguire. We might be seeing.
You all remember how good Maguire was attacking wise also? Maguire used to, for Leicester, Maguire used to generally have at least 4 or 5 goals in him, you know?
Yeah. Right? So I want to touch on something here that English music, what I touched on, and I want Phil to get into this, Why can't we get more 8 or 9 out of 9 performances from Pogba? Today would have been a good day for Pogba to shine.
No, I will definitely say that Paul Pogba was absolutely poor today. I'm one of Paul Pogba's biggest fans. Everybody on the All In or United knows that, but Paul Pogba was absolutely poor today, right? The guy was trying to string 3 and 4 passes together, and he was giving the ball away. There was a time where he was trying to shield off one of the opposition guys, and it almost cost the goal. But if it wasn't for Eric Bailly making a save, that would have been the back of the net, and that would have been probably 2-0. So this was Paul Pogba's time to show that, you know what, even though I'm on a 3-game ban, I can still contribute to this team in the Champions League. And today was a bad day at the office.
He was terrible. Yeah. He was terrible. Pogba cost us one of the goals. The first goal was on Pogba. What Pogba? The basics of football is you don't dribble close to your box or inside of your box. If his back is to the rest of the field, so he probably can't see who to pass to. Put out the ball.
Yeah. I think
Pogba,
a bit too careless in possession. You know,
he was
in
ridiculous.
possession, I think he's complacent. He feel big and strong, and nobody
he had
the
best screen in the world.
Yeah,
Pogba was
but the thing about it is, if it's one person is one thing, but as teams seeing when Pogba had the ball, right, all he needed is two persons, and Pogba losing the ball, and most of the time what happens is almost a shot on goal from Pogba losing the ball to the next transition I play is almost a shot on goal. So it's an easy target. Hey, when Pogba get a ball, press him. And
I think we need to be fair here. We just go hard on Fred, we just go hard on Maguire. But you see today, Pogba was terrible. And let me tell you something. If it was a coach who have real belly, Pogba was coming off halftime or before the half. Because he was that from minute one, Pogba was terrible.
Yeah.
As much as I wasn't a fan of United fans wanted Conte to come to Man United, Conte would have coached Pogba to release the ball earlier. Right? So
yeah, so guys, remember to like and share, right? And remember it's all in all United, right? So Reem, and I want to touch on you with this one, and I want to touch on this, Rashford didn't look fully. I want to tell you what's about Rashford performance today, because again, we talk about Pogba. So if we talk about Pogba now, we had to talk about Rashford in some way or the other, because again, to me, Rashford really didn't look up for the fight either.
Rashford should not have started this game.
Reem?
Yeah, how to play it by these fellas? We know Rashford deficiencies was his decision making.
Yes.
Right, and for Rashford to be, we've seen for Rashford to be effective, he needs to run in behind. And if your midfield, and I was expecting that Pogba would have been the type to play the long ball so that Rashford could have stretched the defense. But it comes down to how we tactically set up. If we are so very easy to predict, right, and we can't get the ball out of midfield, right? You have Atalanta pressing us back. Pogba holding on to the ball too long, so he losing the ball. McTominay constantly hiding from the ball, and when McTominay get the ball, he passing it back to Varane or Bailly.
All the time.
So anytime we looking to see if we can get an out ball to Rashford to run onto, right? That's not happening. So we can't even reach as fast to criticize his decision making in the final third because he hardly get anything. And when he did get the ball high up the pitch, he was double team, triple team, and all he could do is bounce pass with Shaw, Bruno. I can't fault Rashford for his performance. I'm not even buying into the fact that he not fit, right? I think is a easy excuse. Fitness is not an issue with Rashford, right?
It's not.
The system players and the system making everybody look poor, right? Yeah. So Rashford limited in a lot of things that he does do. One, he decision making, and if it was space in behind him to run in behind, you're not gonna get nothing out of Rashford, right? And if that is how we play, and it's so predictable that Atalanta know how to read it and know how to double team and mark Rashford out of the game, then what you expect?
They learn from the first leg.
So I'm not gonna really. I mean, unless you Rashford again, we know Man United based on moments of brilliance. But how it is you gonna expect a man to be true 4 and 5 men all the time, right? So I'm not gonna really come down hard on Rashford. Yes, he could have done better. Yes, he was invisible today, but the system not helping us.
Yeah, all right. Let me get some comments before we move on. Conte to Spurs, right? So God forbid we lost to City, right? Like Liverpool. Who we going to get, right? With this lack of planning, but Ole ain't going no way, and we know that, we know that. Some of you guys in the comments, even if you wanna, send a message, let us know who you think might be a good coach. If for some reason we make that step, send those comments, send those comments, and let me get a thought on it in terms of who we think with Conte, because we know Conte was heavily touted. Who you think could be the next man to step up to bring us to the level that the quality of players that we have, that we should be at.
I could just, Nico, I could just add one more thing with the Rashford point.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And sometimes when we set up against certain teams, you don't know what will work and what wouldn't work. And you gotta be, I think only sometimes it takes too long to switch up things. When Sancho and Van der Beek came on, you saw how the 1-2s was working and was kind of we was getting through. So why it is you stick for 60-something, 70-something minutes with a player who is not known for his interplay and link-up play. Right? Bring on players that have that kind of qualities to bring on a team. And that's my issue. Always take too long to do things. And
I honestly thought we were past that, him taking long to make substitutions, to make changes in the game. I find as a manager at a big team, you had to be more proactive, man. You can't be so reactive all the time. Listen to me. We were supposed to make substitutions at least from halftime to about the 50th. We should have been making subs to drive that game at Atalanta.
I got a question for you guys, right?
Uh-huh.
And for the panel and for the guys and the girls in the comments right now. Rafael Varane went off injured, right? So we had to revert back to the 4-2-3-1 formation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just throw this out there. Would you guys have put Scott McTominay into defense and bring on Donny van de Beek and play Pogba next to Donny van de Beek and keep that 5-3-2 formation? Because Scott plays defender for Scotland, right?
Right.
So I don't know if you guys would have gone with that per se, or
personally today I thought we could have taken off Pogba and give Donny a run in that same position. We could have continued with Scott because Scott didn't pick up the card as yet. No, he didn't. He didn't pick it up as yet.
He picked the card in the second half.
Right.
Yeah.
So we could have continued. We could have brought on Donny. And the thing is, what I don't get, right? Donny, it is clear that Donny van de Beek football IQ is so high, as well as the way you could see the way the man mind thinks. He is about movement, so that's why he will always look good with players around him who just think like that. So shouldn't that be the type of football you want? Shouldn't that be the type of football? And I get Atalanta. We're showing too much respect to these teams and them. I don't care that we was playing in them house. We was still going there and deal with them properly in that second half.
Yeah. Right. So let me get some shout outs to some of the guys and girls in the comments. Karen, good night.
Karen.
Right, doing again on Pogba.
Night, Karen.
Pogba
yes,
always
everybody
does that.
know I'm a Pogba fan, but when you're nonsense, you're nonsense.
It's true, yeah.
Right? Chana's what I really for me talking to. I'm the biggest Van der Beek and Pogba fan, but I'm playing in the midfield with McTominay, so it has to be frustrating, but still, Pogba had a show that he levels above, right? I find Rashford lacking pace. Reem, why? Maybe not fully fit. I guess we will not touch on that. Can you guys tell me why United counter-attack so slow? Because we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing.
We're predictable.
Right?
We can't counter everything, intercepting everything.
Exactly.
We're too predictable.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Sancho, Beacon, Matic, better fresh air. Go ahead, Chef.
I swear, there was a period in time I wanted to pelt a big stone at Scott for passing back that ball. Scott is getting that ball. And I'll tell you something. You see them kind of things? That is manager's instruction. Because Scott could pass the ball. It's not to say Scott McTominay is a terrible passer of the ball. The man could pass. You getting the ball, turn and make a forward pass. You're going to that safe football, putting it back to slow McTominay and to Harry Maguire. Somebody made a comment earlier that in one of the people who looking in on us that Harry Maguire doesn't have the IQ to run with the ball. Harry Maguire thinks he's a midfielder, you know.
Well, I guess Oli make him feel that way.
Yes,
That's the only how
you
he
don't
can
see.
feel that way.
You just watch Harry Maguire just take the ball and start to run like a madman, and then just be like, "Dude, you're slow. Where you going?
Yeah.
Boy, pass
Right,
off the ball." Eh?
So it had something in the game earlier today that was the levels that are no Ream, that the levels Ream like, and the levels that Ream want us to get to. I guess all of us, but that first goal that we scored,
Beauty.
I think was a moment. Well, it was
Football.
We passed them to death. We cut them to shreds.
Yep.
And this is what we as United fans, this is the kind of goals you want to see.
Yep.
And Reem, go ahead.
Earlier, here now. We had the capabilities earlier. We had the players to do
We
it. Why it is
do.
we not doing it? Why it is we not doing it?
We
why
do.
do we have to suffer for crumbs? Because the next time I gonna see that bit of football is probably next 3 or 4 games. We have the quality to play proper football. Only that passenger play was so good. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen,
And you saw the build up. It had an intensity in the play from even before that. You could have feel like, hey, like these fellas
Correct.
getting a rhythm. Them fellas
Because
You want
we
to
held
know the sad part? A Man City fan or a Liverpool fan wouldn't freak out over that because they're accustomed to seeing that every single week.
Listen to me.
Exactly.
You see what you just said there, Phil? I'm going to say something, but I say, Lord, we will go crazy. You see that play? That play, you just see every time you watch Man City.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Just before that play, we held on to the ball for 10 minutes. And I was watching it. I was saying, God, partner mine was saying, if we hold this ball for 10 minutes, pass the ball, get into space, we are going to get our opening. And so literally, as my partner said, that we hold on to the ball. And then, what typical Manchester City does do, hold on to the ball side to side. Then the center midfielder will come receive the ball side to side. And then you just quicken it. Bam, 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 goal. That was I messaged Reem one time. That is football.
And I gotta tell you something, and I mean to go in hard on what it is doing training. But sometimes, like when you're sweating, right? You go meet a next fella for the first time, you go meet a couple fellas for the first time, and all they realize, hey, all they have a certain kind of ability, and all they go do a thing, and they go come off nice in a game. And that's why I feel as was, I don't see that as being something that training. Them fellas that training. That is just Bruno, Ronaldo,
them fellas know each other.
That was just Greenwood. That was just that moment.
Yeah.
Them fellas have an understanding, and that abilities just collide there, boy. As opposed to something that rehearsed and practice and training, that didn't come from that.
But what you could train to do is create space to play that type of football.
Correct.
And that is what we need to do. If we
our
train to create space,
our off the ball running is poor.
Exactly, and that's what make that play work today.
Our players always looking like the hiding.
Yeah.
Why it is Cristiano Ronaldo had to be coming in our defensive third for the ball. That's what we bring a 36-year-old to do.
I see Ronaldo pick up the ball from Harry Maguire today. In our defense. No, I was like, what the hell?
I was like, what Ronaldo doing up here?
Yeah.
And men said, that's what we want. I do not want my 36-year-old center midfielder to be coming for the ball up in deep. You crazy? No matter if
Karen saying the Kobo sweat. I guess Donny was given. He was brilliant. To be honest,
Sancho.
He wasn't bad.
He and Sancho came on, and you saw the difference in the game. Again, I can't understand. You chase a man for nearly 2 years because Ole has been the manager since they were going after Sancho, and you don't play the man. And you don't play him in the correct positions too.
True.
I don't get that.
Jaron saying one thing I don't get is why is why that Pogba has a lazy way about him. I guess we had talked about that before. Yeah.
That's just. I don't think it's a lazy way about him. That is just his mannerisms.
Yeah,
And
I guess
you
the
could
coach had
probably
to get the
say-
best out time. The
Yeah,
coach
but
had to
Yeah,
get the best out time.
he could speed up his game a little bit. He just play slow. Slow it down too much.
Yeah,
sometimes.
John Paul
When he-
saying all the tactics are too cautious. Maybe they're all the tactics. If
Very
Oli tell him
correct.
play faster, he might play faster. Right? Donny has the potential to be a great player. I just wish Oli would give him time to shine. I think everybody calling for that because I think the entire Man United fan base have grown fed up of the McFred, you know. So I think at this
Favoritism.
point in time,
Favoritism.
I think this point in time we need to get away from that McFred and give somebody, you know, give some other players a chance.
But Nico, I could just interject on that there.
Yeah.
Chances are that, you see, if you don't know how to utilize, you know, certain players, then your system or your way of how you see this thing working out, it wouldn't work because the players will be able to do what you want them to do. And when you have technical players, because for me, it's clear to me that Oli struggled to manage and to coach technically strong players, right? That's why he would always go after the players who would run hard and fight and skate, tackle and come off the ground, come off the pitch dirty. Because the technical players, he don't understand positioning and movement to maintain proper possession
He
and
doesn't.
progressive possession. I don't see
Yeah.
that. You know,
He
because look
doesn't.
at even when Donny van der Beek came on today, the kind of movement he was making and looking for, there was a ball he run across Ronaldo, and he turned and was expecting the next player to be right there, and nobody was there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, boy. I don't think Oli could
Yeah.
coach those kind of quality players. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and that kind of fall into the hands of Adrian saying, yeah, our setup is always negative. Forget the McFred. We have better players to play more attacking football. We have the squad to control the midfield. Why we always have to protect our back line. You
Yeah.
know?
Let
Yeah,
me tell you
because-
something.
Well said, Adrian. Well said.
Yeah,
Well said.
definitely.
You really think if we win games 6-4, men going to care? We want to win, and we want to win the match. When even in Fergie days, you feel every game was a shutout. Listen, we had plenty games where it was high scoring on both teams. But you know what? We used to win with this negative, and only coming preaching about the Manchester way and the Manchester way. This is the Manchester way?
Yeah.
This kind of
Manchester
football?
winner.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And-
Come
and-
on,
and
man.
that,
There was
English
absolutely
say-
no...
Yeah, and this English saying it feels like United don't know how to counter the counter. You know, like our alternative plan is non-existent. It's like under more just constantly dumping the ball in the box with no results. And for me, right today, you saw how Atalanta pressed and the intensity Atalanta pressed with.
Yeah.
They couldn't even play out the back.
Atalanta
Especially in that first half.
Atalanta were well organized in their midfield.
They were well organized.
So how it is we can't look organized at all at no time.
Yeah, boy.
They were well organized. Atalanta, you could tell, was a team who they had no right to lose a game before, and it bothered them. So when they went home and they studied that game, they studied Manchester, and they said, oh, okay, we know what we're going to do. Because you realize the second half, like in the first leg, whether they wanted to come out and run and be open. They did not come out like that in this game.
Yeah.
They settled them because they know they had control of the game.
Yeah.
I could say something too, Nico. There was
Yeah.
a comment that was up. I think it was English music, I
Right.
put it up. And he was saying like it's like under Moyes just constantly dumping the ball in the box with no result.
Yeah.
And I was listening to Oli's post match, and he was saying, "Now listen, you are goal down, and this is his tactic. He brought on Sancho because he had Ronaldo and Cavani, and he wanted to put balls in the box. So your plan, right,
Yeah.
was to throw balls in the box so that Cavani and Ronaldo could agree onto something.
It's a
That's
hope.
championship level tactics.
Yeah. I tell you, because it had a game I heard where he telling Sancho on the line, right? Take him on, Sancho. Take him on. And to me, that can't be coaching because I don't think I would ever hear Pep or club telling
Take
Mane,
him on.
just stay wide and take him on. Let's stay wide and take him on. That is
A man that's making millions of dollars, take him on. Let me ask you all something. How much crosses did we have today? Because to me,
I didn't count any.
I think I probably count one. The one I count was actually one crossing with his left foot. He had cut in and he tried to put it in with his left foot. But today our crossing was non-existent. So I'm like, but we don't. So what we have, Cristiano Ronaldo, somebody who so powerful in the air, and it goes back to what we keep on saying week in, week out, that we are not utilizing our players and them strengths. This dumping a ball forward, hoping Rashford or Ronaldo will run onto that is not a tactic. As you all said, that is championship thing. That is hit and hope.
This guy.
So what you have a midfield for?
Eric Bailly?
Yeah,
nah.
I think you stop there. I think we should add a bit more superlatives to Eric today, man.
As much as Cristiano Ronaldo would take the headlines in tomorrow's paper, Eric Bailly. What a beast.
Listen to me.
Yeah,
Eric makes some kind of
today
stuff
was different.
today.
Was different.
Eric makes some kind of the one where who was the forward who was free on goal, and Eric come from nowhere and bat it out.
It was Zapata.
You saw Zapata face? Zapata don't thought he scored, you know.
Yeah.
He couldn't believe, and I was like, where this man come from? No, Eric was a beast, and people would say the way he plays, that's why he gets injured. Let me tell you something. That is the man game. That is why we bought him, because he's aggressive. I do not like timid defenders. I don't find a defender, and you know what goes on with Eric? Because he's not given the chance when he does play, he tries too hard. If a man know I could play good this game, even if I have a mistake, I will get a chance next game, then he will warm into form. But you cannot expect a man who plays now, then might get a game 15 games down the line, and it goes the same with Donny van der Beek. People just want to kill the youth. But if you're not playing him, what do you expect? To just training situations and match situations is not the same thing.
So I have a question. I have a question, right? It can be real short. Do you think on the back of today's performance, if Lindelof is fit at the weekend, that Oli is going to drop Eric and put Lindelof back into the team?
That's self-happening.
Phil, what do you think?
If we're playing a 4-3-3, sorry. If we're playing a 4-2-3-1, unfortunately, I see Eric Bailly getting dropped. If we're playing a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-1-2, Eric Bailly must start. Right? It's so shaming of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You have the likes of Eric Bailly at your disposal, putting his heart on the line, and he cannot even get a start over Harry Maguire in the Premier League. Cannot. The guy gives his all, and the guy knows. You know, you can tell a good defender from a great defender when a ball is in the air, right? Some defenders may not be under pressure, but the first thing they may do is head it out. Yeah. There are other defenders that will control it on the chest and look around.
High up and pull it down.
That was Eric Bailly today. That's not Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is a joker, right? But let me go back to Eric Bailly, right? I would love for Eric Bailly to start in this Manchester derby, right? Based on today's performance, I don't see why Eric Bailly cannot be. Eric Bailly's performance is him knocking on the door saying, "Oh, they're gonna Solskjaer. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put me on the bench again and waste my talent, or are you gonna actually play me next to Varane and unfortunately Maguire, right?" Why all of us on the All In, All United, and people in the comments can see this?
Yeah.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can't see this.
Because if we could have seen that we needed quality midfielders, right? And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer couldn't see that.
And you know the worst part. You know the worst part. He is closer to the performances than us.
Exactly. Reem, what do you think?
When I look back to one of the strongest centre back pairings under Fergie, and I'm talking about Rio and Vidic, you always had a nice mix that complemented each other. You had Vidic, who was the kind of crazy one, and you had Rio, who was the ball playing one. Right? Rio was so good on the ball. He was like a midfielder, I can't say that for many other centre backs. But the beauty of Rio and Vidic was that they complemented each other. You would get the aggression, but you was also getting the kind of the way you call it, the luxury in how they complemented each other. And I am looking at our centre backs, and I try not to be as hindsight as possible, but Varane and Bailly, in my head, kind of replicating that pairing, and I would like to see it. No, my issue with Bailly, I would like to see. My issue with Bailly has always been, whether he could stay fit or whether he could stay without suspension.
I would trust four in the back line with Eric Bailly and Raphael Varane as the two centre back pairing. I would trust that.
Right.
Yeah.
But the problem with that pairing, that centre back pairing, is that it's not the British favoured pairing, and Ollie seems to be motivated and controlled by
as disappointed as it is, eh?
And that is
the difference with Pep. That is the difference with Pep. When Pep went out and got defenders, and we have spoke about it, and he said, "No, they're not good enough. If I go on the continent, I go on the continent. John Stones are not good enough." Correct. Right? Out with John Stones.
How much money they paid for John Stones? Wasn't like about 25 million?
Nah,
and I was at that time.
At the point in time was 50 million, but that was plenty money. But that was plenty money at that time, man.
Plenty money at that time.
And what I remember, the man went. It was one set of defenders he brought in at the same time, because it was like close to 200 million in defenders, and he said, "Oh, you're not good enough. Go back and spend more."
Yeah. I seen here Jody saying I was a bit disappointed in goal the here for the first goal.
I was.
But I know it had the issue where they say it had a defender in front of him that maybe could have thrown him off with the late reaction, more or less, But for me, I think was a chance definitely he should have done better with.
De Gea should have done better with that.
I could just, the purpose of the defense is to protect your goalkeeper as well. And I can't remember who had sent the picture too. Right? When that attack came, there was this big space where the attacker could have come, he could have controlled the ball, he could have sit down, he could have played hopscotch, and then take a shot at De Gea. And that shouldn't be so. We shouldn't have people taking those kind of free shots at our goalkeeper. Yes, it was a De Gea mistake. Yes, I agree with that. But that opportunity should have never presented itself.
Yeah, true. Right, so let me go through some of the comments quickly, right, guys? Adrian saying, if the coaching not good and the manager tactics is like a headless chicken, our players will follow the game plan of the staff and manager because it is the professional thing to do. All it depends on individual brilliance and not a cohesiveness amongst players, right? I guess definitely we'll talk about that in detail. That's why Mourinho bought him. I guess that is definitely Eric, right? Davian saying, again, Spurs fired Nuno for the negative football and playing style. So if our playing style is just bad, how come we ain't fire our manager yet? I hope it's yet also. I guess most of us. Our expectations lower or the same as Spurs now? Are we the new Spurs? Wow, that deep, boy. It's in deep. Boy.
Yeah, that I don't get that.
Right? David saying Glazers ain't want to pay Oli the release money.
That don't make sense. I heard people say that.
Small.
That is 7 million.
Yeah.
You know how much we pay Mourinho?
But chef, you want to hear a joke? Nuno got a payout of 14 million when he was sacked.
Yeah.
Wow.
14 million.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, they don't pay them. They pay it in parts, so they don't get
Right.
the
Who
whole
cares?
money.
Who
I
cares?
don't care if I
Ben?
receive 14
You're still getting 14 million.
Reem, if I get 14 million in the next 14 years, I am satisfied.
Yeah, of course. Right, so okay, that's it. Our problem is coaching efficiency, right? We have no tactics, no system of play, back passes, no meaningful spell of possession. We should change the name of our club to Ronaldo FC. Wow, another low blow here, boy, but we gotta take it. Right, how long will the ball will he bail out Oli? Oli can't manage special talents like Jadon, Pogba, Donny. Oli must watch Pogba for France. We definitely do. We definitely
I could
do.
just
we
I
know what
could just say
you're
one
talking
thing.
about.
I could just say
Yeah.
one thing on this comment,
Yeah.
Nico. Akira, you needed to add in Marcel in that day. Go ahead.
Ooh, you had to put that there. Phil, your comments on Ole on how obvious things are and clearly not obvious to him is spot on. Yeah, for sure. Hayden saying, I would be shocked if the pair of Varane and Eric last half a season together. Injuries possibly.
Yeah.
Struggling with injuries. Ronaldo papering over the cracks again. You know? Yeah.
But
I realize we got 10 more minutes left, and we have not talked about Mr. Champions League though.
Yeah, well, that's what
I
we're getting into here
want
now.
us to talk about Mr. Champions League. Please. Anybody who has invested in the software called Duolingo, if you translate Mr. Champions League in English to Portuguese, you're going to get Cristiano Ronaldo. If you translate Mr. Champions League in Spanish, you're going to get Cristiano Ronaldo. If you translate English to French, Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, Mr. Champions League. We must talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. I do not want to hear any of these Lionel Messi beeps talking about Lionel Messi is a goat. Lionel Messi is a sheep. Let the real
man
come
the man is the goat.
Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Lionel Messi, because right now Barcelona fans are looking at their TV tomorrow when PSG have to play, and they're hoping and praying that Lionel Messi does something tomorrow, and he's not going to do anything.
Barca fans open for that.
Messi and Judd.
The GOAT has arrived today.
Yeah,
Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. Come on, man. The guy's the GOAT. I don't care what nobody tells me.
Class.
If it wasn't for Ronaldo, we would have been.
We were looking like we were going to score
in Europa League. No, we could have.
At that moment, we were down in Europa League. We don't drop down into
Europa
third
League.
place.
Real message me and say, Nico, why am I watching here? Is it Europa League we're gonna be playing? It's Europa League.
But Cristiano Ronaldo is not Europa League level. So that's why the man has to come and save the day.
Of course. You know how embarrassing it is for Cristiano Ronaldo to be playing in Europa League?
Yeah,
You know how embarrassing that is? You could think about that. You could think about that. Ronaldo playing.
That was big time goals.
I was talking to Phil after the game, and if I watch how the end of that game play out, right? Ronaldo say here what's going on. As Nicole had mentioned it just now, I'm not gonna play no Europa League. You know?
No.
Say here what's going on. I gonna take if Ole can do it, I gonna do it.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo take that ball from the corner, at the top of the box. He dribble across, he try, he get it back, and he just say it's all or nothing, and he let go. Right?
Yeah.
We can't. I mean, yes, Cristiano Ronaldo, yes, good. But earlier, we talked last season. We talked about when we used to come from behind, and we said it wasn't sustainable, and very very soon, going down and coming back to win the game, our luck will run out. And I'm telling you, Cristiano could be the GOAT. He could be all kind of animals, right? If we continue to depend on this. We go disappoint Cristiano Ronaldo, and we gonna have him playing.
It's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
We playing Atalanta and them teams. We could go. I don't care what. Cristiano Ronaldo is the GOAT. But let we go and play teams with Bayern Munich and them with that. We will get what Benfica get today.
Yes. And even more.
Listen to me. I watching Lewandowski. And all I say, Lord, if Lewandowski hold on to Harry Maguire,
Yeah.
But no, I don't care.
Mr. Champions League.
I don't care what nobody tell me. Lionel Messi is not the GOAT. Okay? Only you stupid Barcelona fans and you stupid Arsenal fans will say Lionel Messi is the GOAT. So if anybody ever says that Lionel Messi is a GOAT, go and whine on a pineapple. Go and cut grass. Go and take a Q-tip and paint the Eiffel Tower. This stupid
guys,
about
so-
Messi is the GOAT. Get out of here. That why do you guys think the guy? Why do you think people call Ronaldo Mr. Champions League? Why?
Yeah, different.
Why?
Different
Big player,
different
big
gravy.
player.
Different gravy. You know.
Big player.
So as the time coming near, right? Today was a result that we could really look back on and say, if it's no one, Oli job save another day. Two, we still in a very good position. We top of the group. To make it to the other round. You know, I think definitely that would have been, you know, a plus for us today. Going against Villarreal next in the Champions League, definitely that would be a big game. I think a favorable result in that game would more or less put us through to the next round.
I win.
I win.
Unai Emery left for Newcastle, I think. Yeah.
You serious?
So Unai Emery is no longer
That's
the manager
He's supposed to be he's supposed to be signing as the manager.
for Newcastle. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Wow.
Well,
What's
what's a better time to play? There's not a better time to play Villarreal managerless.
Yeah.
But I honestly did not see that coming. It's not like Villarreal is in a terrible position in the Champions League.
We're in a very good position, to be
English League, Newcastle, money. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. You know, so I guess I did sit at the affairs in the Champions League. However, kind of switching gears over to the weekend. City, you know, another big game on the calendar for United and United fans. Guys, you know, started from Reims, you know, let me get some of your thoughts on what you think can happen this weekend, what formation you think we might play, who might play, who mightn't play. We know some players were disappointing today. Would they get another chance? What do you think?
I think Oli definitely learned his lesson when coming to his favored formation, and I think it will go back to damage control. Well, not damage control, but you know, he'll definitely go in with the 5 at the back. I think that, right? And he will play his favorite system, which is counter-attacking football, right? I think one of the mistakes he made was going open against Liverpool. When I say open, I mean the team wasn't in a good place, and you went with some of your tried and tested players, and you know he had to now try to protect the protectors, right? And that, by saying that he'll go to the next defender, so he will go very safe. So if Varane don't make it, I see him going with a back three with Bailly, Lindelof, and Maguire. He will go and try to minimize any kind of goal concession against City, right? So he'll go back to the Cavani, and I seen Cavani and Ronaldo starting. I seen McFred returning to the midfield. As good as Donny would have had played in his 5-minute cameo today. Donny not gonna come in this team, right? So it's going to be one of those kind of performances. And the thing about it, the strange thing about it is, anytime he played like that against Pep, he always got a result, right? He won more than he lost. And I think he only drew one game against Pep and lost one, and the rest he won. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. I know Pep would know exactly what Oli's going to come with, and he might try to play safe as well. You know, so let's see how it goes. I have a good feeling about us not getting trounced on Saturday, but I see it being one of those kind of performances as well, where we just go and labor and leave with a positive result, meaning a draw.
Yeah, Chef.
Much the same like Reem. I am gonna be honest. I am not confident at all going into this game because we just don't know what we're going to get from our manager as well as from our team. Because here's the thing too, our players just as inconsistent as our manager, you know. So you don't know who's going to show up. I would like to hope that they understand this is a Manchester derby. even though like they didn't understand is Liverpool are playing our main rivals. But anyhow, I would hope that at home that they understand it's a Manchester derby. I want to believe Ole have some kind of pride about him, but Ole is going to play it very safe and try to hit them on the counter. No, but there's nothing in Ole's history to convince me otherwise. I would love to say we're going to see Donny. I don't expect that. But what I do expect, to be honest, is Matic is probably going to come in that center midfield because he just yeah, he will bring in Matic in this game.
Because that the intensity of that game, but the intensity of that game, I think for some reason he doesn't trust Matic in terms of the intensity of games when you know the game will be highly intense. I'd rather bring him on, to show up or to provide that stability and that balance.
Yeah.
So
the next thing too is that we really don't know the extent of the injuries in defense right now. So
sure.
What injury it is Victor had?
It was a knock.
Yeah, it's a knock.
So more than likely Victor is going to start. Oh God Lord. So we're probably going to be seeing Harry, Victor. I really don't want to believe Ole could be so wicked to bench Eric after that man of the match performance today. But it is Ole, wherever. I don't even care to pronounce his name right now. So let me hope for the best. I say a 1-1 draw.
All right, fair enough. David saying if Harry starts this weekend, I will concede. Concede what, buddy?
So we will concede.
Oh, we will. Oh, yeah. Come on. Yeah, that goes without saying.
That goes without saying.
Yeah,
they go target that side.
They will.
Him and Shaw been real suspect this season.
Foden eyes will open wide at that.
Boy, cheese and ages. Phil?
I kind of agree with Chef because I don't know the extent of the injuries with regards to Lindelof and Varane, right? Let's say Lindelof and Varane are fit. In my opinion, I want Lindelof on the bench. I want Eric Bailly starting with Varane if he's fit for that game.
Varane not playing.
He's not going to play?
Nah, Varane definitely out.
He out.
Oh, yeah, it's a groin injury, and that takes about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, he definitely out.
But you know the worst thing is that okay, let's say we play for back three of Maguire, Eric Bailly, and Lindelof. None of those three guys are leaders. So it's like who's gonna marshal our defense? As good as Eric Bailly is, I don't see Eric Bailly as a leader.
Now, Eric needs a partner.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Eric needs a partner. Eric needs somebody that would say, Eric, you go. I will hold.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm looking at Jody's comment, right? That was the first thing that came to mind. Playing Scott in the defense. So it'd be like Scott, Harry Maguire, and Eric Bailly, right?
And I actually don't mind that.
Will they gonna Solskjaer go for that lineup?
Nope.
I have no idea. Right?
Nope.
So if I can call my lineup by, we all know, as Reem said, favoritism is in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's veins, right? So he's going to play his favorites, right? I definitely would want to play that 3-4-1-2 formation. I would bench Rashford for this because I want to see Rashford running at tired legs, right? Okay. I know Laporte is going to be out because he got a red card versus Crystal Palace. And let's be real. I saw what Zaha did to those guys, man. I don't see why Ronaldo, Cavani, or even Rashford can't do that either.
I will say this much. Now is actually not a bad time to be playing City. City really has not been in the kind of dominating form.
Then again,
I was saying now is the best time to play United, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright,
because especially with City coming off a loss against Crystal Palace, Pep ain't taking
True.
that lightly.
We know what it is.
Pep
Do
is
teams
not
after a game after.
As
Exactly.
much
So,
as,
yeah.
as much as we cry down McFred in the last couple of Manchester derbies have played.
Have been, yep.
So,
Even with a game winner.
yeah, exactly. So I don't mind Scott and Fred starting in the midfield, but only because they've played well in previous Manchester derbies, right? In terms of a score prediction, I gotta add on one to Man City because if Harry Maguire is in our defense, we'll concede, right? Even though we didn't concede versus Spurs, that Spurs team was a bunch of crap, right? I don't see why we can't win this 2-1 or 3-1. In my opinion, it's at Old Trafford. Yeah, I know Liverpool smashed us there, but at the end of the day, I would like to see us get a win over our noisy neighbors, right? Because we also have the advantage in this year because Pep tends to overthink big games.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a big score here, Nico. This one I feel could win that game by.
Yeah, as we say here by Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Donny, Fred, Shaw, Cavani, Marshall, Ronaldo. Right? So I for sure know because Fred didn't.
So where Bruno? Where Bruno? Nico.
Right?
Bruno should be first.
Re-rested. Right?
You know
But you know that
something
happening. You know that this lineup is wishful thinking. We know that this lineup is, especially seeing Donny in that lineup, we know that wishful thinking.
Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad lineup, but I know
Oli is not going to do that.
So
yeah,
nobody's going to be interested though. There's no Pogba. So who are you going to play?
You gonna play for the McTominay? You gonna play for the McTominay inside there?
We know that. He hustle brothers. We
know that.
They work hard.
So I
they have the DNA.
Let me touch some of the comments, right? Davian said, Davian, stop it.
Davian.
that's a true. I've lost to Man City.
Right? He said club announcement
They
Monday.
lost
Well, I guess that
way
way he won. That way he won. Jody, hey, love it, man. 4-0 United win. You know what I mean? And we know Jody has something about Juju something, so you never know. David saying Marshall hat trick.
Well,
Yeah,
it's past. It's past people bedtime. Some people need to go to bed right now.
Well,
Is
he back?
McFred,
Yeah.
Sure.
He was on the bench today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, Eric Lewis saying Oli is out of his depth, but I blame the Glazers owners for settling for mediocrity. They seem to be satisfied with us just making top 4 because it brings in money. Brings in money.
They're bringing money.
Yeah.
Them studying championships in NFL.
Yeah.
That is where they look to win.
Yeah, Rishi saying thanks Rishi for touching base. Honestly speaking, if Victor fit, right, why should we even play Harry in a 3-4-1-2 system?
So here's the thing, Rishi.
Chris is saying I go into bed with that one. I feel like the martial
there is what we would like and what we know. We would like to see that, but we know Harry's playing.
Yeah, of course.
Keep it simple. There's the Ole Gunnar social lineup, and then there's the FIFA 22 lineup, right? That's it.
Yeah. Ronaldo will score again. So guys, I think we come to the end of today. I think today's match reaction. Kenton, you having the last say here. I find Harry could help the groundsmen and forget football, right? Doing come again. Ways, someone said Marshall hat-trick was with a crying emoji, yes? Low blow rim, So again, guys, we're looking forward to seeing you all guys on the game is when? Sunday?
Saturday morning. First game.
Saturday morning.
What a way to start my Saturday.
God. Hey. Right, so on Saturday we'll see us here again. And we hope is a good one, a follow-up on the Spurs. If you get a follow-up on the Spurs, I think Oli will definitely be safe for the rest of the season.
Once he
anytime
don't lose,
Oli,
bad. Once he don't lose,
long he
bad.
don't get a beaten against City, I think Oli is safe for the rest of the season. You know, how
All you
long
know
can
to
Oli
hurt,
keep this up?
all
We're
you
not
know
sure.
to hurt my heart, yes?
Yeah. Chef Lakers just now, right? From one headache to the next.
Jesus Christ. No, but listen, the way with the between West Indies, Lakers, and Manchester United. Thank
For
God
sure.
I don't get one, you know.
Oh, Lord. Hey guys, thanks again, everyone for the for the interaction, and definitely we would meet on the next one, right? So hey, good night.
Yeah, man. Good night, everybody.